My God, I absolutely love this. It explains it so well. So this is like the thing that triggers people on Twitter. If you say that an IP is made for boys, they don't understand what that is, which is why they should get an education. They should go to a university and learn about marketing, because marketing does say that a product can be based on gender, based on age, based on income, based on religion. So yes, there are such a thing as IPs which are made for boys. And of course, that doesn't mean that it's only for boys. There can be girls that like it as well. But it is predominantly targeting boys. And there is nothing wrong with that. Again, like the left considers it the ultimate evil if something caters for boys. I genuinely do not know why. Because there are things that cater mostly for women, 50 Shades of Grey and Twilight, and those are fine. Like, they're not going to try to modify them. So, as you can see here, you have an IP which is made for boys. They replace all the boy character with girls. Then they say it's not for boys, it's for absolutely everyone, which no product in the world, maybe except for water, is for everyone. Then they say, well, actually, you know what? The force is female. And they fired the last male lead, and they lose billions of dollars. Now, I actually have people that work in AAA companies, and I can tell you something that's happening behind the doors. Usually in a boardroom where they're talking about marketing, they will notice that, okay, so this movie managed to get 30 million people to watch it. And out of those 30 million people, we got 20 million men and 10 million women. And they will say, well, hold on a little bit. Like, why can't we raise the number of women? Like, if we raise the number of women, then we're going to increase our profits. And then you usually, like, used to have, like, this doesn't happen yet because people wisen up. But you used to have, like, one person like myself which would say, well, if we change the product, it is quite possible that the number of men are going to stop watching. Like, there is only so much you can change until you're going to lose your target audience. And usually that person gets fired. Like, you're not allowed to say that, right? So they start making the changes, and then they notice that now there's like 15 million women and 10 million men, and they say, well, mission accomplished. But the main problem here isn't just like the gender or the total numbers. The main problem is that not all fans are the same. So while you can actually get more people to watch a movie, there is a difference between a fan and a customer. A fan is in the definition of fanatic. It is a person that goes out of its way to purchase merchandise associated with the IP. So they're the type of people that would pay like $1,000 over a lightsaber toy. Like they used to sell them for incredibly expensive prices, but I guess like no one wants to buy them anymore. They are the ones that are going to buy action figures. They're the ones that are going to buy t-shirts. I mean, having a t-shirt bought is like a walking advertisement. Literally, if you have a Star Wars t-shirt and you're walking around with it, you're advertising for the product. And only fans do that, right? Like, fans are obsessed with the merchandise, with the brand. They spread awareness of the existence of the IP. They use the word of mouth. And then, of course, returning customers. Like, if you make a new movie or you make a new TV show, you can guarantee that the fans are not going to watch it, but also talk about it. Meanwhile, the casual customer, I mean, sure, his business is appreciated, but they're not going to do any of those things. They're not going to spread awareness of your movie. They're not going to purchase merchandise. They just go there and they watch it. So to ignore the actual fans, to ignore the actual people that are driving the IP, and they're the ones that are helping you make profitable deals with toy makers and everything that. So you're ignoring them in favor for new fans, but based on ideological reasons, right? Because there's no other reason why you would do this. It creates the failure that we see today. And everything starts from the marketing department. It's not the HR, it's the marketing department, which is looking at the graphs and they're not happy. It's like, why are there fewer women than men? We need to balance the graphs out. And they're kind of like cats chasing laser pointers, because you increase the graph for women and you significantly decrease the graph for men. And when you look at the overwhelming result is negative. Because there is such a thing as IPs that are made for boys and IPs that are made for girls. And due to the fact that we live in a capitalist society, boys get to watch stuff for boys and girls get to watch stuff for girls. And there is some overlap in between. But like, even this very notion is something that they do not believe in. Right? They genuinely believe that a slasher movie is for everybody. Or could be made for everybody, right? So like, your 85-year-old grandma can go into the cinema to see Jason Voorhees. That's how delusional they are. They literally believe, no, like, a movie has to be for absolutely everybody. It has to cater for absolutely everyone. And this is where it all started. And I'm really glad that South Park made fun of them, calling it the Panderverse, because that's what it is. And you know, it's kind of like clothing in a way, I suppose, right? Like, when you go and you buy clothes, they are kind of designed for... Not for absolutely everyone, right? Like, it's still designed for a specific group of people. But like, for example, if you wear a large shirt, you're going to find shirts that are marked as large, and they're going to fit most people that are large. But it will never be as good as, like, getting something tailor-made. Like, when you go and you order a suit or something that's literally just designed for your body, it's going to look better. It's the same with IPs. If you have an IP that is specifically designed for a demographic, like you want young girls to be targeted, and you look like, okay, so what do young girls like? What are they into? And you make exactly that, you're not going to get as many people, obviously, or maybe you even will, who knows, but you are definitely going to sell more with merchandise. You're definitely going to set yourself up for a future IP that's going to be more profitable and is going to have a loyal following. Like not everything needs to be the next billion-dollar movie. Even the fact that they're making movies so expensive is another problem, right? Like, they're making movies that cost hundreds of millions or sometimes even billions of dollars, and it's like, it doesn't need to be that way. Like, the movies that I grew up with, the 90s, didn't have that many special effects, didn't have that high budgets, and you can still make a profit by investing less. But I suppose it is what it is, and I generally do not know how things are going to change. Let me know what you guys think, though, and as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.